Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. And yeah, we're in Anor Londo. Oop, I meant to turn that off. I was testing out Reshade, the new Zentian Turbo GI3. Pretty good global illumination shader. I was kind of playing around with that. Sometimes it can get a little strong based on the sun, but we are here for Dark Souls Re-Remastered as I've had a little bit of slower progress, but I've been working on Anor Londo, and that's what you can see here, which I think looks pretty great. We are seeing some like weird shadow noir issues. That is pre-existing. That even existed in the unmodded game. But now that I'm using dynamic shadows for the entire world, well, it got worse, basically. But yeah, I think it looks sick. New specular maps for every single surface. Again, in my recent history of modding within the last couple months, I've remade the specular maps like 3 times. Basically, just learning how to properly make them without looking bad. That's essentially the goal. But I was thinking for this video, it might be fun with this character to see if I can make it to the interior bonfire by dodging the archers. And so you'll see here we have parallax occlusion mapping on this little like stone surface. And a little specular, but not too much. I had too much on it prior to the most recent specular map I just made. Now you will see there's a little bit of a shadow issue there of like, the distance to the player. To the camera. You'll see there's a little bit of shadow coming in. Anor Londo is the toughest area for shadows. It's because it's such a massive area that the shadow system is simply buckling under the pressure, essentially. But that I'm going to look into, once I get into shader editing, I'm going to go back in and double the shadow resolution, and that should help, because that was part of the DSR shader overhaul that was part of the mod for a long time. But I did disable it, hence why we're able to launch the game without the bat file now. But you'll see here, like on this brick surface, of course, we have upscaled albedo textures taken from the Prepare to Die edition. We have a new specular map that's made. And so you get this really nice specular effect. But that's kind of the benefit of these textures, because they were made in the old style where you tried to basically put in all of the information you could into the albedo texture. Because back then specifically in Prepare to Die edition, you couldn't rely on a specular map. You couldn't rely on not even a normal map in many cases. So you kind of had to include all the shadowing and information that you normally just would not put in an albedo texture, but back then you would. And so the benefit of that is that it really helps me envision what the texture, like how the light should react to it. Ooh, let's see if I make this. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Oh, I'm out of healing. Oh, that was bad. Okay, well, I'm out of healing, so I did beat the gargoyle. I can't say I've beaten the gargoyle here. I have a butter knife, an unupgraded butter knife. So let's check out the parallax occlusion mapping on this surface here. I might alter the specular map on it again, because I'm getting a specular response, but am I getting the one I want? Not quite. Admittedly, am I a perfectionist and therefore I will never hit what I am intending? Maybe. I don't know. I'm happy with the cobblestone. I think that looks suitably cobbly and kind of... That's the tough thing about Anor Londo. I'm just going to yap here, but you guys are very used to this. Is in Anor Londo, you're trying to sell 2 different things at once, where you're obviously trying to sell the sunlight and the majesty of the area, right? But you're also trying to sell, and this is a spoiler alert, that it is an illusion, right? The sunlight is an illusion, but these surfaces, to me, would still look like an area that has been here a while. So that's what the textures represent. But the sun is sort of like a vibrant, radiant, the area isn't haunted or weird or not like its real appearance, which is dark. And so in this version, you have like this kind of strong specular effect that I still tried to balance to where it's not too insane, but you do get specular responses on all surfaces, and it varies. That's been my biggest thing of learning is making different, setting them to different specular levels by adjusting the blue channel, and the green channel is for metallic. So I've gone back to, oh yeah, I forgot that this is the other thing I've been doing. You'll see how this surface pops as you rotate the camera. That is because I currently have it set to use a height map, but I have not given it a height map. This is actually a surface that doesn't need parallax occlusion mapping. This is a brick surface that the crevices are very, very small. And so parallax occlusion mapping, I think, would just kind of be overkill. But I will fix this in the video because I know everyone or most people enjoy that. So here's how I would fix that. Because essentially what I had done is I had converted most all of the mesh identifiers in different surfaces to use height maps, but I had basically just not created height maps for all of them. And so it was essentially sitting empty, wanting a height map. And that's how it reacts when it doesn't get one, is it kind of pops. It's like, hey, we're looking for the height map, but it doesn't there. I think I could have put a placeholder height map that was like blank, and I think that probably would have fixed it. But the good thing is I'm going reback, reback. I don't think it's a phrase, but let's go to the actual object itself, which I believe is this, which is 2200B1. And then let's open up our file explorer. I'm actually really excited because after I record this video, I'm going to jump into the Battlefield 6 beta. I have early access. I watched a stream for like 30 minutes because I'm actually pretty excited about it. They've been talking about how it's essentially a revival of Battlefield 3 and 4, which are the last ones I cared about. So for me, I'm like, dang, that sounds awesome. I had a lot of fun back in the day with like Battlefield 3 and 4. So let's see, 2200. I'm sure that's some lore that no one would have expected that I would be into Battlefield. But yeah, I can't say I'm like a huge Battlefield head. I had played Battlefield 1942 way back in the day. I was kind of late to it. Okay, so here we have the actual identifiers for the whole mesh or map piece. And this is based on the old system I was using. Confusingly enough, don't worry about it. So basically I need to just convert this back to MDB because the H stands for height map, the D is for diffuse, B is for bump map. And then specular is just baked into there. You don't get an S on it, but some of them will list the S for specular, but a lot of them will not. It will just be part of the shader that's used, and it doesn't get its own letter, which I think makes sense because they were like, well, we don't want everything to be like 4 letters, which interestingly enough, when you move over to Dark Souls 3 and beyond, well, actually including Bloodborne, they went over to instead of MDB, they went to an MARSN system. That was their default sort of material. .mtd, they basically used MARSN, which I believe was albedo, reflectance, shininess, and normal. That's what theirs stands for. So that's the system they went to. They basically separated the shininess and the reflectance. Where here we're doing it just through the specular map itself, through the different channels. So I'm going to just put these back. Now I could go back and make a height map for some of these. Like some of these relief textures are used on the walls, and they could use a height map. I could make one for those. But for now, I'm not going to lose my mind on that. Because if I went into making all the height maps, that would just lengthen development a lot. So that's something I can do in the future. Because it's something that I don't think a lot of people are going to notice, essentially. Parallax is pretty good at blending in. So let's do Floorstone 09. The reason why I'm looking in my texture file is I always forget the height maps that I have made. So sometimes I have to re-go like in through the, so yeah, you can see M15 Floorstone 09H. So I did make a height map for this, which I'll show you. And this mesh is not currently using that height map. So I'll show you how you essentially tell Dark Souls Remastered to use a height map. So then let's unpack that texture, because I'm kind of curious what I made it look like. Did I do a good job? Oh shit, yes I did. Yes, this is actually the height map I was showing you. This is that floor surface, but basically on this map piece, I was not using it. So let's basically it _H, and then we change the name on this. I don't actually think you have to change the name from G detail bump map to G height, but I tend to just for like cleanliness, and so then we're good to go. And then we have some special edge related things, which are usually for things that are they have like an edge component that they can essentially they're not like a fully square texture. They have an alpha component. And then there's also the alp _alp, which is also alpha. And those are just for things that like slime or something that the edge gets used for foliage. Because the foliage texture, of course, is not just like a square. It is the actual leaves, and there's an alpha component. So that's where edge gets used. And they actually have specific edge ones that have the vertex shaders baked into them to like move the foliage. That was something added in Dark Souls Remastered. And Prepare to Die Edition did not have those vertex shaders, so the foliage did not move. But I think if you gun to their head, asked people, did they both have the foliage move, they would say yes, because that is just generally assumed to be the norm, I think. And so I think that's one of those underrated, because I didn't even notice until I went back to Prepare to Die Edition, like flipping back and forth, and you were like, you're in Firelink, you're like, oh, got it, so nothing moves. That's interesting. Okay, I just hadn't thought about that. That's one of those really subtle things. So here, for the M15 gold, we're actually going to use a metal MTD. So you do want to do that where you have certain surfaces that are metal, and this shader setup definitely handles metal. I guess that was the flaw with my prior attempt of switching the material system over to the alternate one, is that it doesn't handle metal as well as the default shaders, which is what I'm back to. So I've kind of regressed, but it is better. So basically you just tell it M7 metal, DSB, and the reason why that has a big difference is that it's set up to have a much higher specular response than the standard M_DB, which is like your standard material that you could use on most any surface. And then they have the versions for Alp, Edge, whatnot. M7 Metal actually has an Alp version and an Edge version if you needed to use that for a metal surface. So they definitely did everything correct as far as that. So MDB, okay, so I flipped all of that. Yeah, let's log back in the game. Oh, actually, I had the game running the whole time. Oops. Which is fine. It actually lets you do that. Because it has it stored in memory, so you save the new model. It doesn't like try to ruin the game or anything. But I also have to make sure I'm not talking too close to the microphone, but I don't have to yell. I have to remember that. And so now you can see it is not popping, and it looks correct, so you'll love to see it. Okay, I've yapped a lot, but now it's game time. Let's put the HUD on, and I remembered to move my controller under my desk, so hopefully it makes less noise. Okay, I have base damage on these guys, but I'm gonna do it. I could realistically just run. Okay. Ooh, okay, that almost hit my toe. Oh my god, that was close. I do think the lighting ID for the characters here is a little goofed up. I think I have them set to the wrong Ooh, I almost got hit with a dagger. That was close. Okay, so let's fly in here. Because I think I have these set to the wrong... Oh, no. I have the whole thing set to 20? Really? Okay. So I'm going to switch this over to the interior lighting ID that I use, which I think in the base game they didn't actually use for the interior here. So it actually matched the lighting ID from outside to inside, which for me was always a little weird. Oh, they did have the chandelier set to 21. That's interesting. Oh, and this was set to 28, which I do remember was like the separate kind of thing that you would use for the statues, because they were lit separately. Oh, got it. So these were set to 37, which was an old lighting ID I used a long, long time ago. Ages ago. And I apparently forgot to fix that. I still don't remember if these pots were all here. I don't remember that. I may have placed these pots, because I don't think they had these here. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure these are new. Yeah. I tried adding some more clutter here and there because it was a little barren in some spots. The painting is set to 21. Interesting. Okay, so now I'm just kind of aligning everything to 21, which was my interior. Oh, that was set to 37? Shit. God damn it. The amount of things I forget. Okay. So let's save that. And then let's go into our project map. And we copy that over. And now it should be aligned to lighting ID 21. It should be an interior lighting ID. And I was messing with that yesterday. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that. To be real, chat, I didn't mean to do that. Although he died too. He fell with me. So, let's try that again. I feel like it's possible. All right. So let's run. So now I'm going to do the run method, because that's going to be the smartest option. That's how I usually get to the interior bonfire. As you can see, I haven't even rotated the elevator yet. But I'm pretty happy with the... I'm going to piss him off for a second. See you, big dog. I got to turn down the specular just a bit on this texture here. I have it set a little high. It's a little too high versus the other surfaces. That's essentially... I should just... Let me just go light the bonfire or sit at it, because for some reason my dumbass has just not done that. Despite modding here for hours yesterday. Oh, there's a guy. I did give what's-her-face here a little hero light. I need to tweak it a little bit more to make it less noticeable, but I gave her a little light because normally she just sits in the darkness. And I was kind of like, all right, let's give her a little light. But I'm really happy with the tone mapping. I think the shadows look great. Oh, okay, I'll have to wait again. I think if you walk from the bonfire at just normal pace and you don't run, it actually will line up with when the elevator arrives, which is sick. Okay, there we go. Yoink. Okay, I have 10 S's flasks and a dream. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, I didn't take a screenshot. So after Anor Londo, I think I might do Duke's Archives. I have to check on that. No, I'm going to do the depths. I forgot that by going back to the old material system again, I have to redo the depths again, which is fine. That's not going to take that long. There's not that many textures down there, so I will just very quickly go through all the depths textures. Yoink. That was a good jump, too. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to ladder. Oh, is he going to get me? Nope. And yeah, if you guys had Dark Souls 2 projectiles, You could absolutely get me. Oh yeah, look at that red surface there. That is something I have not done the specular map for yet. I still need to tweak the lighting ID for the interiors. Oh my god, he almost had me. He almost had me there. Okay, so this guy is goofy. If you get him to shoot you here, you can sort of make it before he flips the fuck out. Ah, no, I missed it. Ah, damn it. Okay, he fell with me though, so that's okay. Um, so the next, that's true. Before I go to do the depths, I need to. I haven't actually made it all the way through here. I've done most of the textures, so theoretically the other areas should pick up on the new textures and look correct. But I need to go to the boss room. My ultimate goal, one of my long-term goals for Anor Londo, is I've always wanted the Ornstein and Smo boss room floor to be reflective in a sense, and I know I can do it. So here's my strategy. They don't have screen space reflections in Dark Souls Remastered. That was just not something that they did. As far as I know, I've checked the material settings. There's no mention of it. Bloodborne was the first instance where they toyed around with that. They didn't end up actually using it, as far as I know. They used cube maps and planar reflections, but they did toy in the background with screen space, which then did actually come with Sekiro. That was the first time they ended up actually using them. But I know in the material settings, I should be able to craft a new material or alter an existing one and basically tell it to use a planar reflection, but not have a water reflective sort of... Okay, well, that sucked. Oh my god, I got him. Can I get him to fall off is the real question. And I got the guy behind me, which is not ideal. You know, let's see if we can play around with this guy. Yeah, if you guys will funnel your way here, that would actually be sick nasty. Oh, I'm actually... Chat, this is actually like the worst case. Oh, did he fall to his death? He did. He slipped and fell. Nice. Well, I don't know why that wall stands out so much. Okay, ow, I kind of ate that, to be fair. Okay, chat, this is actually... Oh, so he hadn't left. I think he just repositioned. Okay. Okay, it's going well. It's going very well. This is your Dark Souls 1 ASMR. Thanks. I have to make it to the interior bonfire. I can warp. If I ever get really, really desperate, I can just manually warp there using DSR gadget. This character does not have the interior bonfire yet. Or maybe he does. I don't think he even has warping. Like, I never got the Lord Vessel. So I have no warping ability. But hopefully you can live vicariously through this area. Because this caused a lot of people a lot of pain in their first time. And I would agree. Now, this room is actually kind of annoying to me because normally this interior would be darker, right? But the problem is this is actually a big mesh. This is a big map piece that actually is partially an exterior as well. So if you set it to an interior lighting ID, the outside looks dark too. And so I'd have to actually go into Blender and surgically remove the interior of that building to make it its own map piece, and then I can make the interior dark, which I will be doing. It's just annoying to do it, frankly. But I will be doing that because it should be darker on the interior, but I'm partially limited by the lighting IDs that were set up with how big they were. As they went on in the future games, the size of the map pieces got smaller, so you actually had a much more granular ability to edit and delete things. versus where it was just one giant map piece, right? And that's how DS1 functioned. Demon Souls was even worse. Demon Souls was giant. They had the biggest. Oh my god! Well, I actually blocked it. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, now he tripped and fell. Okay. In my defense, they've trained their entire life for this moment. I have not. Also unwashed. Let me show you on my Steam thing. I have crossed 2,500 hours working on this game. I would say probably 200, 300, 400 of those would be actually playing the game prior to modding. I think if I had to like separate it. But yeah, the rest is mostly the game running in the background as I'm editing models or textures or just map editing in general. That's where those hours have come from for 2 years. So it's pretty crazy to think about. I think I'm nearly at 1,500 hours for Dark Souls 2. DS3, I'm at the lowest. I don't think I've cracked 500 on DS3. DS3 is definitely a lower hour count for me. But I know that is different for everyone. Oh, I bet this is set to the wrong lighting ID. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's pop out. Let's go to the bottom here. And let's go to the pot. Yep. It was unfortunately set to the wrong lighting ID. That is something I've come to expect. Let's get that save map. Nice. Boom. Copy it over. Nice. Alright, so let's fix that. 5th time is the charm. 6th time. Whatever time I'm on. I feel I have this. I'll give it 2 more tries. And if I don't, I'll just warp to the interior bonfire since I don't want to, I don't want to lengthen the video unnaturally. I don't know why that sounded weird, but it did. I'm still waking up, so I'm liable to say really, really stupid things. All right. What's up, big dog? Oh, you missed. It's crazy. Should I probably do a patient Pete method and actually fight them? Yes. That would be the smart option. And so I'm going to try that on this attempt. Okay, well, okay. I mean, okay, well, okay. I panicked. I panic rolled. And once again, he died. I took him with me. Okay, one more attempt. One more attempt. Also, knowing that you're recording something, I swear, I know this is going to sound like cope or copium or whatever the fuck they call it, but like, it's a real phenomenon that when I turn the recording on, I am just the most dog shit Dark Souls 1 player. So hopefully you're watching this video going, Anor Londo looks really cool. Don't mind that he's a dog shit Dark Souls 1 player. Because I'm sure he's really good at it at some point. Somewhere. At some point in time. Not today. But it also probably proves that doing a soul level whatever the fuck would be really brutal for me. It would be a fun challenge, but Jesus Christ, I would absolutely get rocked. And I guess this is probably one of the more difficult spots in the game, Souls platforming, but specifically doing it on a fucking whatever fucking rafters. That's insane. That's an insane move, Miyazaki, but I love it, and I love you for it because it's so stupid and awesome. I don't think Dark Souls 2 did anything this level of Souls platforming. I mean, they had the gutter, and you had to get down that hole, right? Ooh, actually, this worked out really well. Okay, I mean, I didn't seem to have a strategy once I got to him. Because I forgot I have a shit-ass shield that's only good for parrying. I don't know how to parry these guys very well. I've done it, but I'm not good at it. And I forgot that of course, the guy behind me was going to sandwich me, Eiffel Tower me, and it just didn't work. Didn't work. Okay, so I now am going to just give up, which I'm 34 years old. I've learned, just give up. Just give up on your dreams. And just cheat. So I'm going to cheat. And now I'm going to be in the interior bonfire. So you can at least see a little bit of interior. Oh my god, this has already been 30 minutes. No shot. Okay, so you'll see a very nice, strong specular effect on this brick. But I think it accurately looks like what this surface would, react like. And then we have our floor here, which I polished up a little bit. I'm a fan of strong specular effect, and perhaps stronger. This I'm also doing because Anor Londo I specifically see as like ornate. So the fact that this being really sort of like shiny and polished is, to me, is part of the illusion, where you can see the floor is dirty, but yet it's also like really shiny and clean feeling, which is something that is unnatural for a dirty surface, right? And I feel like that's part of the illusion. So that's my headcanon, at least. But I wanted to nail the look at the different... Oh my god, I fucking forgot about your bitch ass. Are you kidding me right now? Little did you know, Silver Knight, of parrying Silver Knights. And I have a buckler, so... Strap in, big dog. I love the parry in DS1. It's the only game I can parry in. Even with regular shields, it's not a problem at all. You don't even need the buckler in this game, Frank. Oh, did I get it? Okay, I still got hit, though. Shit. Heal. And then I have the perfect time. Like, they give you the perfect windows to heal. It's such a wide window. Okay, this is making up for my shit-ass gameplay. That you can see me just parry the absolute shit out of that guy. Please drop some. Damn it. He didn't drop anything. That's insane. Oh, can't go in that door. Oh, yeah, this is the overly dark room. That's right. Which had... Oh, look at that texture issue. Oh, I didn't even notice. I fucked up the UV mapping on something. Jesus Christ. I demolished that texture. Eesh. Here we have our nice little brick. Which I think I need to edit the normal map on this a little bit. I think it's a little too strong. Yeah, it's just a tad too strong. It sticks out just a little bit, so I'll definitely modify that. And then we got the floor. And I already looted the chest down here. So we're going to get out of here. Alright. You can see how the engine actually does a really good job with the mesh smoothing that I've done in Blender on certain surfaces. You can see this is an actual... Oh, it has one bevel. Ah, it has one bevel on that edge. But in reality, it looks really good. It looks like a smoothed sort of like brick surface there. So that's nice. Alright, so I can't go there. Let's go up. Let's get up, chat. Let's get up. But yeah, in the modern FromSoft games, like Sekiro, Elden Ring, Night Rain, they are very specular starved. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I didn't remember that was a mimic. I thought that was a golden coin. Okay, well, they still got me. Okay, I'm gonna go fight that mimic. I'm gonna end the video by fighting this mimic. Because I haven't made it to the boss room, so I don't want to show the O&S boss room until I feel more comfortable with that. Let's go fucking kill that mimic. Also, the benefit of the PBR system is that you can mask out the metallic region really, really well because it has its own channel in the specular map. So you can see this doorknob has a really nice specular effect, but the door does not share that specular effect. So this method of making specular maps is certainly superior in that way. I'm hoping the Silver Knight is not going to follow me up here. I feel like he probably is. And you can see how the souls, they create a specular effect as well. Okay, the Silver Knight, he wants the smoke. And he's gonna get it. I'm even gonna throw in some slashes. Okay, well now he hit me, so that didn't work out as well. Trying to get my bleed build up. Okay, a perfect time for a heal, right? Ooh, I still got it. He got a little hit off on me though. Nice. Do the move I like. You'd love to see it. You love to see it. Get out of my life. Get out of my life and get in my car. Okay? Okay, now for the real test. I don't think so, big dog. Wow, I don't do, like, any damage. That's crazy. Oh, that was big damage, actually. Okay, so I just gotta get a bleed build up on him. Okay. Yeah, you're... Oh, yeah, I haven't done the texture on the Mimic yet. I don't think I've made a specular map for him, but... Yeah, you're basically just the Dark Souls 3 Mimic. It's only Dark Souls 2 that... Man, their Mimics were fucking crazy. Crawling on all fours. I definitely prefer the DS2 Mimics. I think those were fucking freaky as hell. These are still really freaky and cool, though. Oh my god, he could have hit me on that one. This is going to make up for all my shit gameplay. This is going to be the moment that everyone remembers that I can ball. At a really old game that I've spent 2,500 hours in, that I should be amazing at in all scenarios. Okay. A lot of times you can actually just strafe around them. You don't even have to dodge necessarily. You can just go, oh, hey, what's up, big dog? Okay, yeah, he missed on that one. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No problem there at all. Never stressed. Fucking silver coin. I could have thrown a Lloyd's Talisman, I guess. That's true. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at the sun hitting this guy. Look at this. Oh, that actually looks kind of sick. It's a little too strong, I think, but I'll take it. Dude, look at this guy's view, though. This dude is cooking on this. Oh, okay, well, you got a partial, which I'll give you that. Okay, he was scared. Ooh, man, I'm getting those partial hits, and that's rough. Hey, big dog. Let me go heal for a second. Got him. This is the canonical way of playing Dark Souls 1. Oh, I could have gotten a backstab. I was pretty close there. Oh god. Oh no. Okay. The greed. Yeah, the greed. Okay. We'll just end it with that. I got my shit rocked by this guy. Oh man, look at that strut. Look at that strut. I'm sorry, but that's you walking back with just an absolute, like, hog. Okay? I'm gonna keep this in the video. That's the dumbest thing I've said in a DS1 video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I make mods for Dark Souls, and working on a remaster of Dark Souls 1. Still working on the Dark Souls 3 mod as well. A little bit slower, because I'm actually waiting for, like, big updates to that to finalize some of the areas and atmospheres a bit more before I go too crazy working on it, because otherwise I would just be doing work that will be thrown away later. So I'm a little hesitant, to do that, but we're still working on it. We're still ideating. But Dark Souls 1 certainly has filled the void of, if I haven't been able to work on DS3 as much, I just work on DS1 a lot. And I think the results are honestly really good. I'm really happy with it. And I have less caveats than I think I normally do. Ooh, a little burp there. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you want to support the mod, I have Ko-Fi, Patreon below. And that's the only reason I'm able to work on these as much as I am. And I hope to post a new update soon. I posted a patch with the last version, and I think I'll do that again, where it's just a smaller update, so you don't have to download the whole, 12 gigabytes again. But yes, I plan to post that, so, follow me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and, that's where I tend to share most of the minute-by-minute types of things, and really stupid stuff, by the way. Just some of the dumbest tweets you've ever seen. I think my dumbest tweet was that I said I was the gate model for Gaping Dragon, which is pretty weird, frankly. It's a weird thing to say, but I said it, so. And I didn't delete it. I don't think I delete tweets, really. I think I've only deleted, 2. I keep my stupid tweets up. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, where maybe I'll have better gameplay. I doubt it. But anyway, I'll see you then.